howdy nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Kengan Omega chapter 54. So, basically last chapter, we found out how Oma was revived, and I thought it was some cloning type of shit, and I'm really glad it wasn't. And I'm also glad it wasn't some, like, Mashima-esque ass pull either. But now I gotta say, it's not Mashima, like, ass pull anymore, because actually Mashima hasn't been doing any Mashimas anymore. It's more like Nakaba. And Nakaba has inherited the Mashima ass pull. Let's be real. Anyway, so now we're gonna see Oma in action, and I'm really excited. So let's get to this chapter and see what's in store for us this week. Alright, let's get to the dojo. The dojo? Okay, bring it. So chapter 54 is titled Oma's Heart. Ooh, we're going up against the wailing demon, Kiriholis. And then there's the ox demon, Hori, and the adamantine demon, Reichi. Ooh, so is this the Battle Royale type of shit? Oh my god. Oh god, I missed this art. I've missed this art! Oh, I love you, Kengan art. And I love that the artist for the Kengan series actually follows me on Twitter. That makes my life! Oh, it makes me happy. Woo! They followed me for a long time, by the way. And I hope they've been watching my content, because that would make me happy too. Oh, quite good, quite good. Do they do this all the time? Oh, don't worry, it's only a little light exercise. Whoa, what the hell are you thinking? He can't be doing this. This is light exercise. Oma fought to the brink of death just 2 years ago. He shouldn't have been able to fight ever again. In fact, I still can't believe he's even alive. Sorry. Let me read this again. Oma fought to the brink of death just 2 years ago. He shouldn't have been able to fight ever again. In fact, I still can't even believe he's alive. I don't think any of us can believe he's still alive. But we just saw Oma fight the Skynet motherfucker. So, Kazu, why are you surprised by this? He even used the advance earlier. That's just suicidal. There's nothing to worry about. Oma's heart is no cause for concern. I guarantee it. I made the transplant. Seriously, trust Hajime. He knows what he's doing. Okay, you transplanted his heart, but there's only so much that I can do. You replaced his heart with someone else's, right? I may not be a doctor, but I've heard the words transplant rejection and complications before. How can you possibly get him back to where he was before the operation? Actually, it wasn't someone else's heart. Huh? The heart I transplanted into Oma was a brand new Oma's heart? What? Wait a minute, what? How? Oma, what? Oh, Oma's heart? Wait a minute, what? How is this possible? What? What? Wait a second, what? How? How? Oh my... Seriously, you better give a good explanation for this shit. Otherwise, this is some ass pull. This is some Nakaba ass pull. Earlier, after Kazu and Oma parted ways with Ryan and Mitsudo, organ culture, I suppose, and this is with, speaking of, this is with Kahara Mitsudo and Nogi Hidike. Yes, someone grew a new heart for Oma, probably someone affiliated with the worm. Obviously, someone with, yeah, you guys in the comment section were right, because you guys were saying it had to be someone affiliated with, I'm calling the worm Skynet, okay? Because them motherfuckers really Skynet, let's be real. These motherfuckers are Skynet. And we all know why. I think we know why they did this shit. Because they need Oma alive, because Oma the tiger vessel, right? But the question remains, why Oma? Who is Oma to the worm? He's the tiger vessel. We could try torturing the worm members we captured. Yes! Do it! Do it! Though I doubt the lower-ranking members would be privy to that information. Chairman Katahara, this is just my imagination speaking. If my memory serves me right, you're the chairman now, Nogi. What if the worm is trying to clone Oma, or what if they already have? Oh my god! If Ryuki is the clone, I was fucking right! My clone theory was right about Ryuki! I was right from the fucking start about Ryuki being a clone! Oh my god! Remember I said about Ryuki being a fucking clone? Remember I said that shit? Remember I said that shit? Oh my god, if Ryuki is a clone, I'm going to do the biggest I fucking told you so, cause I said that shit from the very start. I said it. I said that there was a possibility that Ryuki was a clone. I said it. I said it. I said that Ryuki was probably a clone. Oh my god! Please! Oh my god! If Ryuki is a clone, I am going to lose my shit because I said that shit. Or if Sandrovich fucking took if I inspired Sandrovich to make Ryuki a clone, I'm gonna yeah, you're welcome, Sandrovich. Clone? If my hypothesis is correct, it would explain why they had a heart for Oma. A fighter with impeccable power and replacement parts on top of that, that'd be the ideal combatant or operative. A clone, eh? Well, that is certainly a possibility, but I wonder. True, I find it hard to imagine that the benefits of such clone production would outweigh the cost. I don't see why anyone would go through the trouble of putting a clone in a replaceable position, but we already know of a fighter with the same face as Oma. God, Ryuki, see! I'm telling you! Ryuki's a fucking clone! He has to be a clone! There's no other oh my god! Oh my god! If I ever, oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Sandrovich is probably right! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm fucking losing my mind right now! Cause this is proving me goddamn right! Oh my god! Speaking of faces, Yamashita gave me a rather peculiar report. Toyo Electric Power Company's fighter Hayami Masaki, a man who's a spitting image of Meguro Masaki, who entered the Kengan Annihilation Tournament. Is this just a coincidence? See? That's when I had a feeling that Ryuki was a fucking clone. Was after we saw that shit. Remember that. I said it. That's when I think I said that was the clone theory. Hayami, that's why I think I came up with my clone theory was when we saw, Hayami, when we saw Hayami was when I came up with the clone theory. I think that's when I came up with the clone theory for, Ryuki. I think that was when I did. So, ha! Hayami once conspired with the worm to take over the Kengan Association. What if the worm was providing Hayami with their technology? I'm still telling you. If remember what I said back then too, and I'm standing by it. If Ryuki is a clone, like I think he is, then I'm telling you, Gao is behind the entire operation. He is. Gao is behind the entire operation. He's the fucking mastermind. Especially if I'm right and Ryuki, if I've been right for a while, and if my theory is right, that Ryuki is a fucking clone, then that means Gao is behind everything! Gao's behind everything! Oh my god! Oh my god, Seth! Oh my god! I'm fucking right! I was just like fucking, I remember back, when I did that, I came up with that theory, I think I was just fucking around too, and I said it would be interesting that if Gao was like the complete mastermind, but I can't believe I'm goddamn right! Holy shit, I can't believe that my theory was actually right! Oh my god! I can't believe I'm right! Oh my god, this is great! situation with Purgatory to focus on. Yes, sir. Okay, I'll put you through to him right away. Let's see. Master, it's your son. All right. Why don't you two take it easy and relax, Takayama? No, we're on duty. Hello, Rutsu. I'm totally wasted right now. Come again? We've been had. The captives are all dead. One of the captives just keeled over in pain than another. Some of them are still breathing, but they won't last much longer. It's no use, young master. We're too late. They must have all drank poison beforehand, so that this would happen if they didn't take the antidote. It's him. This is the sort of thing a chicken shit like him would come up with. So he doesn't give a good goddamn about his men. Now you're talking my fucking language. I love Ryan so much. Mr. Katahara, the worm has invaded the Kengan Association time and time again. Each time the members of their fighters would band together to drive them out. But this time they've changed their approach. Okay, so now we're changing gears and we're with Toyota Idemitsu. Welcome, one and all, my 13 gladiators to rival the Kengan Association. Yes! You are the most powerful lineup I can imagine. Our victory is as good as assured. The worm has infiltrated Purgatory. Yes! The worm has infiltrated Purgatory! I had a feeling that was going to go down. Yes! The worm has infiltrated Purgatory. They're finally moving to destroy the Kengan Association in earnest. Yes! Yes! So, I'm telling you, Daramion actually follows me on Twitter. So, and I think Daramion actually watches my content. So, if Daramion actually told Sandrovich my theory about about my clone theory, yeah, you're welcome, people. I can't believe this shit. Okay, so what I'm really hoping, and Daramion, if you are watching this, please tell Sandrovich that this needs to happen. Please, for the love of fucking God, please bring the real Nico up in here. Seriously, he needs to be up in this bitch. The real Nico needs to be the real Nico that we saw up in Kengan Ashura, the one that manipulated my boy Setsuna, need to be up in this bitch up in Purgatory. He needs to be up in there. Oh my freaking God! But let's take a look at the fighters that we're seeing here. And based on one of the eyes, it looks like there's a member of the Curie clan, and it looks like, if you look at the far right, doesn't that guy look like the real Nico? Like I think he does? I think the real Nico's gonna be there! I think the real Nico is there! Oh my God, I think we're gonna see the real Nico! Just something tells me that the real Nico's gonna be there! Oh my God, I really hope that's the real Nico like I think he is. Like I think it is. I really am praying to freaking God that that's the real Nico. Oh gosh. I'm trying to remember what he I swear to God that looks like him. I could be wrong, but I swear that looks like him. That looks like the real Nico that we saw in Kengan Ashura. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks like him. But yeah, I reckon the guy in the shades I recognize from Skynet. I totally recognize him. I think there's like a couple people I recognize from Skynet, but definitely based on one of the eyes, that's definitely from Curie Clan. That definitely is. I'm so fucking hyped. I am hyped for this shit. I really, really am. Oh my God. But seriously, Sandrovich, please bring Setsuna up in here. I need, like, if he's not on the official team for the Kengan Association, just have him be a sneaky little shit, because he needs to exact his revenge on the real Nico for manipulating him, because the real Nico is a piece of shit who manipulated Setsuna and fucked him up. So I need my boy Setsuna to show up at some point. But, oh my God, I think the clone theory, I think I was right about the clone theory. I'm telling you. But the only other person that I think that the guy in the top right could be, but I doubt it. I don't think it is Gao. that's the only other person that it could be, but I think that's the real Nico. In all honesty, that's got to be the real Nico. But I'm telling you, I think Gao is behind. I think Gao is in charge of Skynet, and I really do. He's gotta be, especially if I'm right about the clone theory, and based on this chapter, it seems like I am. This chapter, I think, proves that the clone theory I said a few weeks ago, or a while ago. I think that my clone theory is right, and if Ryuki is a clone, then Gao is definitely behind the whole thing. He has to be. Gao's got to be behind the entire operation. He has to be. He has to be. He has to be Oma's clone. But then, that brings up the question then. What is Oma's origins then? Like, who is his parents? Because we never really got that. We just know that he was an orphan. Like, is Oma a clone of someone? But I don't think Oma's a clone. I don't think Oma's a clone. Oma's got to be the original. He's got to be the original, he could be a clone of his master. I don't know. That's the thing that Sandrovich has to explain that. Because that's the only thing that I'm kind of a little confused on. Because, like, why would they have a clone of Oma's heart and all this shit? Like, I feel like that the direction we're going in is very similar to, I'm sorry I gotta spoil this, but you motherfuckers should be reading AO No Exorcist anyway. I feel like the direction that Sandrovich is going in terms of, Oma. Especially since the clone theory is definitely real, is similar to what we saw in Section 13 in AO No Exorcist. It definitely is, especially in terms of clones. Because the clones in Section 13 were made for the different demon lords like Satan, Lucifer, etc., etc., and Azazel and all that shit. And each of the clones that were made in Section 13 had their own personalities. So, for example, Father Fujimoto, who was actually a clone, that was actually made for one of the demon lords. I can't remember who off the top of my head. He actually had his own personality. And the purpose of these clones, as I said, were to be vessels for one of the demon lords. So if the vessel was actually compatible with one of the demon lords, they take over it. So that's what I'm thinking. Sandrovich is going in, but I think the thing is and that's why I think Ryuki is definitely one of those has got to be one of those clones. But the thing is that what I'm thinking is that they got it all. I'm very curious if all of them are well, in terms of Oma and Ryuki, if they're all clones of Gao, or if they're because remember we heard about that plan, what Gao's plan, what his deal was, and you have to wonder if Oma and like Ryuki were like clones of Gao, or if they were clones of oh my god, of Nico, of Oma's master Nico, or what? And because remember, we have the tiger vessel here, so like who is the tiger? That's the thing. Who is the tiger that they're talking about? Because that I think is gonna, once we know who the tiger is, if it's Gao, or if it's one of one of the other one of like Gao's buddies, like once we know who that is, I think that will like clear things up. And I think what my guess is in terms of the clones, or where where Oma's heart came from, it had to be from maybe one of the failed vessels that were created. One of the failed Oma vessels, so to speak. That's my guess. And if we're going off this, like, you know, AO no Exorcist Section 13, like, clone theory, like, I think that this is what I think anyway, it would make sense why we have Nico saying he's the real Nico. It just would make so much more sense to me. I'm really curious what you guys think in terms of the clone theory, because the main thing of the main clone theory that I pitched a while ago, Sandrovich basically confirmed it. Sandrovich definitely confirmed it in this chapter, as I said. But what I'm doing here is I'm taking it a step further, especially since we got the confirmation, since we got the stuff with the heart. I really think that Sandrovich is going to go in the AO no Exorcist direction, or Section 13 AO no Exorcist direction. And I feel like the worm is basically like a Section 13 kind of thing. I'm very curious what you guys think in regards to that. And like the thing that we have to figure out here, and do you guys agree that like based on what I thought with my theory anyway, do you guys think Gao's got to be the mastermind? He has to be the mastermind behind this shit. He has to be. And do you think that Gao maybe had, because of what Gao was trying to do, I feel like there's got to be more than one. There has to be more than one going on here. Like, there's got to be, like, the worm, the tiger, and a couple of other organizations or something. Because that, to me, would make a little bit more sense. But I think once we know what's going on with, like, Oma's background a little bit more, like, Oma's full-on origin, I think it will make a little bit more sense. And then in terms of the tournament, I'm sorry this video is running a little long, but God, like, damn, Sandrovich, you got me expanding my theory here. But in terms of the tournament, do you guys think that we're gonna have an appearance by? Do you think first of all, do you think one of the members of Purgatory is the real Nico that we saw in Kengan Ashura, which I really hope it is? And do you think that if it is like I do you think we're gonna get like a little appearance by Setsuna? And Setsuna's gonna get a little bit of revenge. I really hope so. Please do it! Do it, Sandrovich! Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. if you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive so I can keep bringing you more Kengan content. There's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my PayPal, Cash App, GoFundMe, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, find me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!